Hey, this is Prometheus. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to go ahead and get effective blitzes and defensive scheme out of the Cleveland playbook. This is actually going to show you basically about three different formations. I'm going to break down 6 different blitzes that you can use to confuse your opponent and cause them some havoc on defense. So let's go ahead and break down this Cleveland D-book. So thanks for going ahead and clicking on this video. If you guys are new to my channel, I do run a lot of offensive sets. I break down offensive schemes. And I've had really good success with this Cleveland offensive scheme, which I broke down 4 different formations that I jump into. But I realized I got to concentrate a little bit more on the defense because I was really lacking in my defense. So I went ahead and blabbed one play, and I went ahead and took 2 other formations from other YouTubers and implemented it into my scheme, and had really good success once I started rolling that out. I had one of my the first game that I actually did, I had the guy quit out of me in the first quarter because he couldn't move the ball effectively when I was just playing games with him. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the following formations. First and foremost, 3-4 even. This has got a couple of good blitzes in the scheme that you can use. I picked up these blitzes from Zane for forward progress. He is an EA collaborator. Actually, he does streams and stuff like that, and he's got some really good content. Another blitz I'm going to show you is going to be out of the Nickel package, 2-4-5. And what I like about these blitzes is they're going to be very easy to set up. One of the things that you might see if you watch my full games, I don't do elaborate, crazy blitzes because it just takes too long to set that up, and you always got to be prepared for someone who uses a lot of hurry-up offense. So my blitzes are extremely easy and they're effective, and you can see how effective they are online. So I'm going to go ahead and show you 3 different blitzes out of the 2-4-5, and I picked up these concepts from another YouTuber, a very controversial YouTuber, but he posts videos all the time. His name's DMoney. So the other blitz I actually went ahead and discovered is going to be out of the dollar. This is going to be good for 3 wide receiver sets, 4 wide receiver sets. Great for someone who's going to be in a hurry-up offense, and I like to do it because I can go ahead and use a lot of coverage out of it, and I have heat I can set up in 4 steps, and I can get edge pressure. That was actually the blitz I showed you in the intro. So one of the things I like to do is if I don't have fast corners and I need to have some run support, I can go ahead and switch this dollar formation into safeties. I pull my starting safeties down and my second string safeties go up top. So that's what I do like about it. And with this blitz, I flip it, and the primary blitz I'm going to go ahead and show to you guys is going to be the Max Sting 3. And it's not because it's because of the blitz, it's because of the options that I have with pass coverage that I can call this play on a regular basis, and I can just go ahead and use a lot of hybrid defenses against my opponents that really mess with their mind and they don't really know where to go. So this blitz is very easy to set up. It's 4 quick steps. I'll show it to you. I'm going to do an in-depth breakdown, and then I'll show you how effective it is and why it works so well. Alright, so basically with this blitz, you're going to have these 2 edge corner guys coming off. You're going to do the following adjustments. You're going to hit your left bumper, and you're going to go ahead and pinch your defensive line down. You're going to go ahead and close these guys up. They get into those B gaps right there. Next you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and hit your left bumper, and you're going to go ahead and slant outside or crash up for us old schoolers. Now you can tell that you slanted up when you see this the defensive tackle over the center, number 65, and he's showing a double A gap responsibility. That means you've got the blitz set up. And the final thing I like to do is I like to go ahead and bluff blitz by hitting the X button on PlayStation 4 and taking the right stick and clicking it off to the right. So I've got a bluff blitz. Now I take my defender and I slide him down right here. Now optional things you can do is you can press your guys by hitting the triangle Y button and hitting down on the left stick, and then also you can hit your left trigger and then pass commit, and that actually will go ahead and take care of any kind of play action plays that your opponent might throw into you. Now what's great about this particular play is that it just gets immediate pressure off the edge, and you can definitely get off the edge pressure, double outside pressure. So you can see right here the tackles get preoccupied by the defensive tackles on the line. And you can see number 68, he's actually preoccupied by that guy. And then also over here, number 78, he's preoccupied by this guy too. So they're letting the edge pressure going off the edge. Now Yeldon is in a block and a release, but he just lets his defender go right by. But he can't catch up to the other guy. So this is really going to force your opponent to block 6 people. Now, because I'm actually going ahead and I'm on a bluff blitz, I get pulled down a little bit, but I can actually pull back up and take away some reads against my opponent. And because because this play comes with what it is seams curl routes, they're going to go ahead and go straight up into the seams and take away the seam routes, and then they're going to go into the curl routes and take away those routes right there. So as you can see, the coverage is actually fairly good, and it's going to force your opponent to go ahead and make some massive reads. Now this is the fun part about this play, and this is what's great about it, especially if you run into somebody that uses a lot of hurry up offense, where you can't essentially, you have to have your blitz set up immediately. You can use this play and do a lot of coverage, and it really messes with your opponent's mind. So let's go ahead and show you how to do that. So you still have the same look, but what you can do is you can go ahead and put this guy in a blue, you can put this defender in a yellow, and now what's going to happen is that they're going to basically go ahead and see all these guys floating in these different areas, and they're not going to know where to make their reads. Another thing you could do is you can go ahead and man up these corners that are blitzing on some of these guys that are actually going to be going over. And you also have the tackle going into a yellow zone, so that's really going to mess up his reads too. The defensive corners that are blitzing, they're really going to be your variables. I would take those corners, those inside corners, and actually either man them up or zone them up. Man is actually going to really throw a guy off, but you can see he's actually trailing this guy right here. I've got that guy blanketed with two people. I've also got this wide receiver actually getting double team right here. And I've got another defender actually floating down. I've got you've got the defensive tackle floating up, so he could take a shot over the middle. And I'm still showing the same look to my opponent by actually putting a guy down in an A gap. So that's what's really great about this play, is that you can mess with him mentally, and then you can go ahead and hit him with the blitz at any time because it's so fast to set up. So this is the blitz that I've actually labbed. And it's a blitz. It's fairly effective. It's easy to set up, and it's good to attack your opponent with. Just mess with them, especially in hurry up situations, and if you have 3 or 4 wide receiver sets where the run is not that big of a threat. Now the next formation we're going to take a look at is going to be the even formation, and we're going to show you 2 different blitzes. Now I picked these blitzes up from Zane for Forward Progress. This guy's been a YouTuber for quite a long time. He does very in-depth, detailed breakdowns. He's also a collaborator for EA. He gets game releases to him early. He does streaming for them too. So this guy definitely knows what he's doing. These are pressures out of the 3-4 even, and they're very fast and easy setups, and that's the way I like to run my defenses. Now I had success with the strong safety Sam 3. This brings the strong safety down and blitzes. It gets dual edge pressure off the left-hand side, and it will get you very good pressure off the left-hand side, and it actually works very well against the stretch plays to the opposite side. So good run defense and good pressure, very effective play, but it is susceptible in the flats. That would be some kind of adjustment that you have to make. Now with this play, it's fairly easy to set up. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to base a line. You're going to shift your linebackers by hitting the right button and flipping the right stick off to the right. You're going to shift them off to the right. Then you're going to crash your defensive line down by hitting your left bumper and then crashing or slanting inside. That's actually going to go ahead and get the blitz set up a little bit. And then what you can do too is you can just move this guy, this blitzing linebacker, over a couple steps like that. And then another thing that you can do is you can go ahead and take your linebacker right here, just put him over this defender right here. And another thing you can do is you actually go ahead and put him in a spy that's actually going to go ahead and take up the blitz. Now what's great about this play is it's a lot faster to set up, and the pressure is very easy to get in. So I went ahead and did a pretty in-depth breakdown for you. But as you can see, this guy comes into the A gap, and this is going to force your opponent to block too. So not the A gap, but actual B gap. This linebacker comes scraping around right here and gets fast pressure to get into the end zone. So what's good about it is, since you're manually defending, you're taking out that center, you can go ahead and take away one of his reads to go ahead and get to the outside like that. So that's what's great about this blitz. It's just very fast pressure. It's very easy. So if you want to see this breakdown again, go ahead and take a look at Zane for Forward Progress's breakdown of this blitz. I'm going to go ahead and provide a link to his channel so you can see all the content that he has. If you don't know who he is, I recommend subscribing. He's got some great stuff, and his videos are very fast and precise. Right, complement to the strong safety SAM 3 is the Will Fire 3 seam, and it's going to have pretty much the same adjustments, just some minor tweaks to it. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. Now first thing we're going to do is we're going to base align by hitting the triangle Y button and taking your left stick and flipping it to the left. What you're going to do is you're going to shift your linebackers off to the right, so you're going to hit the right bumper, and you're going to go ahead and take your left stick and shift them off to the right, and then you're going to crash your defensive line out, or slant out is the new terminology used. You're going to go ahead and hit the left bumper, and then we're going to go and slant to the outside, so you can have kind of a look like this. Now, because of the way this play is set up, you also can go ahead, this defensive end actually doesn't really preoccupy anybody at all. So you can go ahead and spy this guy up by hitting the X button and putting him in a spy. And then what I like to do is I find that I get a little more consistency if I put this guy into a bluff blitz and put him over the center like that. That's actually going to force the center to go ahead and preoccupy. So I'm going to go hold back on the trigger away from the snap the ball. And then what happens right here is you have the edge pressure off the edge. It gets very effective. So what's great about this particular play is that you've got the same look that he's seen earlier, but now you got pressure going off the right hand side, and look how fast it comes off the edge. There's just nothing can be done. And then on top of it, I'm actually taking my guy and actually putting him in coverage. I've got the spy that actually is going to take it up. So this has got 6 people in coverage, and it's going to basically take away a lot of my opponent's reads. So this was really cool about this. Take a look at Zane for Forward Progress. He's got a phenomenal channel. That's a great place to go and look for some good tips. He's got great offensive and defensive tips. All right, so the last formation we're going to take a look at is going to be the Nickel 2-4-5. Now, what you can do is actually you can run a lot of cover 4 out of this defense. This defense has got a ton of great different types of coverages. You got cover 9 show 2, you got cover 2 carry, you got hard flats, you've got buzz match, you've got a cover 3 marble, and a lot of great players cover 4, you sting pinch. So there's all these different type of coverages, and then you can actually use the cover 4 as one of your base coverages. Now, a tip that I picked up from Zan is that if you want to go ahead and optimize your cover 4, you can go ahead and switch into either a strong safety in the nickel position or a free safety nickel position. So for this particular play, we're going to go ahead and take the free safety and put him in the nickel position because he's got the faster speed. But if you want to bring another guy down to the box that gets good block shed and can defend against the run, you can go ahead and utilize this with the Nickel 2-4-5. Now we're going to take a look at 3 different blitzes. We're going to take a look at the Buck Slant 3, which is one of the fastest blitzes to set up. It's got very good coverage too. And another blitz we're going to take a look at is going to be the strong safety overload 3, and the complement is going to be the strong safety Reno Zone. Now I picked up these blitzes from another YouTube channel. One of the guys that I've actually had some correspondence with, his name's DMoney. Very hot channel, actually exploded. This guy posts a ton of different tips, and he was posting tips as soon as the game got released immediately. And one of these tips he actually posts, one of the fastest blitzes he actually posts was this Buck Slant 3. And what I like about these blitzes, because DMoney does all different types of blitzes, what I like about these blitzes is it's fast and easy to set up. I'm never going to give you elaborate blitzes that are going to take 12 different steps to set up, because it's not realistic to be effective online. You need blitzes that you can set up in about 3 or 4 steps and just forget about it, and you can just worry about your coverage at the backside. So with the Buck Slant 3, it's a very easy blitz to set up. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to base align and show blitz, and that's very simple. You're going to hit the Y or the triangle Y button, and you go ahead and take your left stick and base align. You're going to hit the Y and triangle button, and then hit it left stick off the left. So now you have your blitz actually set up. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and take your defensive end over here, Cooper, which is going to be on the outside, and we're going to go to the right of screen defensive end or tackle if the way you're looking at. And we're going to put him in a spy. So we're going to hit the X button, and we're going to QB spy him so that it gives me another defender. I'm going to flip over to this guy. I'm going to bluff blitz him by hitting X, and then I'm going to flip it off to the right. So these are very fast, easy motor skill things that you can do. And another thing I like to do is just to provide just another thing that my defender actually has to worry about. I take this guy and I put him down into a bluff blitz. I like the bluff blitz because it just makes it harder for the offensive line to go ahead and defend against it. And I want to pull this this safety down in the area, because he's going to be complementing the next blitz that we're going to take a look at. And as you can see right here, I've got pressure just comes screaming off the edge. They kind of jump into each other, but you'll see where one of the guys gets through. We're really going to be taking a look at this B gap right here. So as you can see, this guy comes screaming around the edge right there, and generally he's going to get inside. He just got bumped off the line. It was just kind of jumbled right there, but you can see the pressure just came in so quick, and because I've got all this coverage going all over the place, it's going to be very hard for my opponent to go ahead and see which way to go. So you can see this defender actually comes crossing over the middle right there, making it very difficult for them to read everything. So that's what I do like about this blitz. It's very easy to set up, and you can see online how effective it is. Now you can have pressure coming off the left, but now you have to have a complement. You got to have pressure coming off the right, and the next two blitzes I'm going to show you are even easier to set up, because you're not going to be doing any kind of manual adjustments on any of the players on the defensive line. All right, so we're going to take a look at the strong safety overload 3 and the strong safety Reno Zone. Same setup, just different coverages on the backside, and it really will throw your opponent off a lot by the way these things are set up. So let's go ahead and take a look at the strong safety overload 3, and then we'll go from there. All right, so it's going to be same setup as before. We're going to base align, and then we're going to show blitz, and that's going to be Y triangle and Y. And as you can see, the strong safety comes down into the box, and that's one of the reasons why I do like this particular play. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our defensive line, and we're just going to go ahead and crash the defensive line off to the left. So we're going to hit our left bumper, and we're going to go ahead and take and slant him right. Slant it right. So you're going to have a look like this. Now, what you can do is you can go ahead and take this guy over here and manually defend this guy. This guy is essentially going to go in and help you with that. Another thing you can do too is you can take this guy over and slide him over. It's not necessary to do that, but I like to do that because it's going to essentially give my opponent the same look for the strong safety Reno. And if you go ahead and take a look at this, what's going to happen is the pressure just comes off the edge very, very fast. The pressure right here comes off the edge. You basically got 5 people coming in, and I preoccupied this tackle over here, so he's on an island right there, and I'm falling back into coverage, taking care of those crossing routes right there, just eliminating those type of looks right there, and just how quick he's not going to be able to go ahead and defend against that stuff right away. So that's what I do like about this play. It's just so fast to set up. Now, the only problem with this particular play is the flats are wide open, so that's not going to be an area that people are going to attack. And if he does block an extra person, he might actually have some kind of an out route or a C route that he's going to attack you with, and cover 3 is going to essentially get exposed by any kind of out routes, and then the flat's going to be wide open too. So that's what's good about this particular play, is that you can do the strong safety Reno Zone, and you're going to go ahead and cover up those flats and still give your opponent pretty much the same look. So the strong safety Reno is going to same setup. It's going to be base line, show blitz, and then crash the defensive line to the right. But this time you're going to have safeties are going to roll over, and then you're going to have soft squats. So basically baseline show blitz, and then you crash your defensive line off to the left. Now, what's unique about this particular play is that the safeties are going to roll a little bit, and that's why you might want to consider actually going ahead and taking the safeties. But I actually had a fairly good defensive stop against one of my opponents just recently with this blitz on a 4th down situation. So the soft squats are going to be essentially taking away some out routes that your opponent can use against you. And what I like to do is I like to go ahead and just cover the defender over the middle of the tackle. Go ahead and occupy that tackle so you can't support, and then I go ahead and take anything that crosses over the middle with my safety right here. So as you can see, the pressure just comes in so fast, and this time it actually comes in the A gap just because the blocking, the center just gets stupid on this particular play. He doesn't pick up the block correctly. So pressure comes in, but I probably would have got pressure off the right hand side. Now, what's the key about this play is that I've also got this guy in a soft squat, and he's looking for any kind of out route. So if I got a fast out route or a flat, he's going to fall back and play the guy up top, and then he'll come back down to the flat, so he'll defend against a flat. So a third and long, or a 4th and long. This play is going to be phenomenal for that, because it's not going to give us a big play, and it will give you the flat, but you have a defender playing the flat. I've got a couple guys over the middle. The weakness is the seams, but these guys are actually going to be playing in the middle of the play, and then I've got this guy over the flat right here, but he's playing soft squats. He's trying to take out those corner routes, those big play routes. So this is a really good 3rd and long situation where you still can get some pressure, and you're defending against those flat routes too. You're going to be able to take those away. So I hope you guys like this Cleveland D book. This is going to be a breakdown. Once again, I'm not a huge guru when it comes to setting up defenses. I just don't have the patience for it. I'm just more of an offensive mind. But I do, I like setting up these plays and providing this content to you. So if you guys like this defensive D book, I will try to break down more of these with my offensive playbooks to go with the teams that I actually pull with draft champions. To my subscribers, I appreciate the support. Please go ahead and hit the like button if you like this stuff. If you want more defensive playbooks broken down, please check out the following channels: Zane for Forward Progress and DMoney. Those guys have got some phenomenal content. You don't know who they are already. And once again to my subscribers, thanks for the support, and until next time.